Hey there, good morning. Happy Monday. Greetings, everyone. Happy Monday. Happy Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day. And again, happy Veganwary, everyone. I'm your host, Mallory McCoy, and welcome to another episode of this week's live streamed A Monday Moment with Mal. As always, may this broadcast bring you what you need in this present moment. My love is extended to all who could use a little extra, and may my light exude positivity and kindness. Ashe and Ashe. Let's seize the moment. Today, I am grateful because I have a, um, this is a landmark occasion for me today. It's my 1 year lockversary. So I have officially been locked for 1 year, and I'm thankful I took the leap. Those of you in my life, or you can just look through my pictures, and you can see I've changed my hair like I've changed my clothes. And so me committing to locks is something big for me. It's gigantic for me. So I this lock journey has taught me so much about being consistent because it requires consistency, or they require consistency. They are their own thing. Probably have to name them. And they teach me life lessons, which I'll talk about in a future blog at some point. But I know just in being on this journey for a year that this hair journey is divinely for me. So, and also, if you were looking for a sign to get locked up, this is it. I love my locks. So, yay to me for making it a year. Hopefully, I'll keep going. Or I know I'll keep going. Also, thankful this week for the ladies in my life who inject life into me with their passion to support Black young ladies and women, which is my passion. So I found some ladies, and they have just divinely came to me and aligned with me, and we are working together, and I'm super happy about that. This week, I'm thankful for friendship. I got to hang out with a couple of my girlfriends, and it was just good to be in their presence this week. I hung out with two of them on Saturday, so thankful for that. And happy birthday, Earth Day. I had a nephew who arrived yesterday, and he, in true fashion, came in on a record breaking coldest day in Kansas City. So, congratulations to my brother in law and sister in law on their beautiful bundle of joy. I'm so excited to see him. I'm also excited today. I get to see my choir students. So, those of you who don't know, I conduct a community chorus of second graders through sixth graders, and I'm really excited to see them today. We have a concert coming up, and so we really need the rehearsal. But outside of that, I'm really excited to see the kids, the people, and excited to be working with them again. And before I move on, happy early Founders Day to my oh so sweet sorors of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. And happy belated Founders Day to the ladies of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, and happy Founders Day today to the ladies of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. This week, I'm joining my Greek sisters in celebration. We going up. It's lit. So, my Did You Know section. So today's topic is about the power of serving your community. And so I wanted to bring to you some volunteering statistics that I found on a website called Trivis.world, which um, there's some dots after. I must be getting old because there's no longer .com. There's like .life, there's .world I learned. So other websites you can, instead of .org, .com. Anyway, fact number one, the efforts of volunteers worldwide are equal to 109 million full-time workers. Number two, 70% of volunteer work does not involve any organizations, but happens informally between people in their communities. I thought that was beautiful. Number three, 57% of volunteer work worldwide is done by women. So women, we're out here, we're banding together, and I love it. 59% of informal volunteer work is also done by women. Men, we got to get you involved in the game. I'm lying. That's only 59%. So the other side is the everybody else, and men are certainly included in that. But um, we're better together. So that's actually my word for this year. Approximately 25% of American adult population are volunteers. Um, and on average, people in America spend about 52 hours a year volunteering their time, which is beautiful because we all need to volunteer. Hey, everyone that's joining me. Um, People age 35 through 44 are most likely to volunteer, and people who are aged 20 to 24 are least likely to volunteer, which is crazy to me because they're the young and spry ones. So we need to get them involved. I think total side note, total tangent. It's beautiful because I know that the high schools in the district that I live in, I think it's actually in the state of Missouri too, they're required to do volunteer work as a part of their graduation requirements. So giving back is actually included in their graduation requirement. And I love that. The majority of volunteering activities in America are for food collection and distribution, and the majority of volunteering in America is done for religious organizations. 72% of volunteers in America are involved with only one organization, and 42% of American volunteers became volunteers with their main organization after being asked to volunteer. So I thought that was important to point out that when it was brought to their attention to volunteer, then they were more likely to volunteer. So that's why I'm bringing it to you today for sure. And then in one survey, well, not in one survey, there was multiple surveys I was able to find where people reported overall happiness after completing their service project. They learned new skills. They experienced a sense of personal achievement and felt that they made a difference. So not only volunteering or does volunteering help with or help other people or help other entities in your community, but also it can help you to gain a beautiful awareness about yourself or and a beautiful awareness about a skill that you may not have had, and just give grace or give joy where joy is due. So, in honor of Dr. Martin Luther King Day, I have to stand up and show you my shirt. It's one of my favorite shirts. Uh, Rosa Parks, 1955. Nah, she said a little bit more than that, but I love the shirt. So, um, in honor of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and heavy on the doctor because it's important, and his legacy of civil engagement, I felt the need to speak about the power of serving your local community and heavy on local. I know that for some, this day, today, is used as a sleep-in day, or get stuff done around the house day, or go to doctor's appointments day. Pick me, I have a dentist appointment at 10. But for others, this is an active day of service. Oftentimes, people have a heart to serve, but because they aren't involved in any service organizations to know what opportunities exist, they are less likely to be involved. I personally found myself caught in this web of disservice at one time. And to be frank, I was working my butt off and I was tired. And so I was using this day as a day to catch up on rest, which is a service to yourself. So if you're using this day to catch up on rest, certainly don't feel guilty. Um, I don't I don't ascribe to tying one's actions to a day. So if you have a heart of service, it doesn't have to be today that you have to service. But this certainly is a beautiful day to reflect on how you can be of service to your local community. So being a part of my sorority, which is a community conscious, action oriented organization. being a part of the community service projects that I've been involved in with them has really helped me over the years to uncover the importance of being an active volunteer in the community. Um, but I've also taken time to initiate my own service projects. One of my favorite was when I banded with another family and we went down to the Ronald McDonald House and we made snacks for the families that are at the hospital, and that was beautiful to me. I'd done it before with my organization Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, and then I banded myself and my husband and the other family, and it was just a beautiful time of connection. And I think that's also important too when you're serving others, is that you get to connect by doing something positive and doing something that's helping others. That brings a sense of love that you just can't recreate in your everyday. So I really, really, really have a high regard for those who continually give of themselves. I have some acquaintances that I know who are in constant giving mode, and I just think that's so beautiful. And I also think that it's important that when you are in service to others, that you don't have to broadcast that you're in service to others. Like it is the gift is in the accolade is in the action. So doing the action without having to let others know that you are involved in the action is super important too. And it's important to involve. So if you're letting people know so that you can involve them in it, that's beautiful too. Um, and don't take this the wrong way. But I while I do believe in the beauty of giving to others who are not in our community, so there's a lot of give that can happen on a worldwide um, basis, and there's a lot of organizations doing work for people in a worldwide space. However, I find it I didn't have a better term for this, subconsciously hypocritical to send money to an organization that helps others overseas or even others outside of your community. And then you drive right past the unhoused that's on the corner, or don't even look their way. I at least, because I don't often carry cash with me, but I will at least acknowledge their presence because they are human. And so I will at least wave and I will at least let them know through the window that I don't have any money to give them at the moment. But it, that's really tough because you're like, I want to help everybody. And if you have resources to help those who are local and help others who are outside of our community, that is beautiful. You are blessed and you should continue to do it. But if you must make a choice, I encourage you to look around you and see what needs to be done already in the community in which you live, because if you choose to pour into the community in which you live, you will be enriched. You will find that you are directly benefiting from the service that you are giving to your community. So, um, I'm interested to know how do you already serve your community? Because, like I said, I know that there are people in my life indirectly who are consistently giving on a consistent basis. Like that is a part of their everyday. Um, I feel like my years as an educator was certainly an act of service. We educators do not go into the education field um, expecting to get paid the big bucks, and actually we get paid in love. I still sub, but when I go into business, I feel like I'm a rock star. So I get paid in the love, not necessarily get paid in the big bucks. Anyway, a simple Google search helped me to create this list that I'm about to share with you about ways if you are trying to figure out, like, how can I help my local community? Seek and ye shall find. Listen and you shall learn. So, examples of ways to help and get involved on a local level include donating or recycling unwanted clothes. And this is what I'm doing right now. I am decluttering. I decluttered already, but I'm decluttering again. I didn't realize how much I actually had to declutter, and I'm giving stuff away because I'm like, I need to make space so that I can be clear in mind. So if you are like me, you're like, it's just too much. Start giving stuff away. Don't even look at it. Just give it away. Collect non-perishable items, food items to donate. There's many people who are food. I forgot what they call. It's not food deficient. It's another word. If you're listening, help me out with the. It's like it's not even a food desert because where I'm located in the Kansas City Northland, it's not a food desert. There's food everywhere, but there's the food is expensive. So there's lots of families who have not ever thought to rely on the food pantry who are having to rely on food pantries. So if you are blessed in that area and want to donate to that, that's perfect. Donate blood. There's people that need blood all over. Create a community garden or plant a tree or even create a garden in your backyard. Grow the vegetables and then give them away to people who need them. Volunteer to help your neighbors, and there is a myriad of ways that you can help your neighbors. I'm sure if you knocked on the door and your close neighbors, of course. I'm not gonna go down the street and be like, "Hey, anybody need help?" Or I could actually use the next door app to ask if anybody needed help. But I know my neighbors are elderly, so knocking on the door. I call them, text them, ask them if they need any help. Um, it's important. Cleaning up trash in your neighborhood drives me crazy that in 2023 we still have people throwing trash out the windows. So don't throw trash out your car window and help to clean up the trash that exists from people who didn't hear my message. Um, Sign up to mentor, tutor, volunteer, or substitute in your neighborhood school. There's a lot of people that got a lot of things to say about the school system, but ain't stepped foot in the school since they was in school. So, yeah, the school's a part of our community. So certainly signing up to be a part of that is important. Kids need to see you and need interaction with different adults in their life. To that same note, also sign up to volunteer at a center for the unhoused, a hospital, or elderly care facility. To my testament, I love taking my choirs to residential facilities for elderly, and they love, love community interaction. And they love kids. So if you're thinking like, this just needs to be a me thing, no, bring the kids. They love the kids too. As long as the kid's not coughing and snotting all over the place, bring them with you, and volunteer and then go interact. Adopt a family, not just during the holidays. There's families who need help year round. So adopt a family and be the person that provides their, extra need if you want, or you can adopt a classroom. There's kids go to school year long, not just back to school season. There's stuff that's needed throughout the whole year. So, create support bags for the unhoused, keep them in your car. And then when you see someone who is in need, you can hand them a support bag. Sign up to volunteer at an animal shelter, sign up to foster children or animals. Both are a huge responsibility and both are needed. Gather your friends to do a group community service project like a sock drive, or go to the Humane Society and exhaust their wish list. Register to vote in your local elections. So if you have an aversion, you're like, I'm not making a difference on a large scale as far as voting is concerned, your vote counts in these local elections. And one area that I didn't realize was of the highest importance to be able to um, know about when you're voting, and be as educated as you can is voting in school board members. The school board is the one that makes decisions for the whole entire school district. So it's highly important for you to know the candidates and understand what their message is, what their platform is, what know how they're going to vote when votes on certain issues come up. I didn't realize how important that was, and I would see on the ballot, before and just be like, okay, this name looks nice. Oh, this is a female. Let me fill this in. But now it's like, now that I know the importance, like really dive in and really figure out. And that's just one example. School's important to me. That's the reason why I said school. But it's just so important to get involved in your local elections. And if you are, well, of course you're going to vote, but also um, volunteer to work the voting sites. Now, some people take high pride in volunteering at these voting sites, so you might have to fight your way in there. But maybe somebody will give you the gift of, hey, you can help wherever needed. Because I know when I go vote, them people are serious about their job. So, and I love it and here for it all. And lastly, but not conclusively, advocate for policies that can affect change in your local environment. So, in your local community. And your community is made up of all the people, not just you. So, actually getting out of the house and getting into your local community to figure out what's going on is important. Um, so that you can know how to advocate for others in your community. And if you're looking for a way to get immediately involved, you can go check out GoFundMe or Donors Choose or any other crowdfunding website. Also, you can scan this QR code. Wait, where is the QR code? Oh, it's right there. The QR code in the top left corner. So that's to my link tree. And there's actually two links that I put in there. One, my indirect friend, she's a friend. Actually, she's a friend. But we move in passing all the time. And so we don't get to connect a lot. But her heart is 100% into serving. And through her Facebook post, she let me know about a Kansas City organization called Kansas City Beehive. And it's a health and housing resource for the unhoused. And so, and they do it free of charge. They help the unhoused free of charge. And so you could certainly check the link out to see how you can get involved with them. And then another friend who's doing a community service act, which is fostering children, she had an unlikely event happen in her life, and she now has a GoFundMe. She has 6 children that she takes care of, and she needs a little help. So if you scan the QR code that's in the corner, and you can go to either one of those links, and those are just that's a way to serve without directly getting involved. You're indirectly getting involved by sending your currency in those spaces. So, to wrap up today's live, I will leave you with a quote and an affirmation. So, this quote was beautiful because oftentimes we are so willing to give, but we are not the best at receiving. We are not the best at asking help. So, Brene Brown, she's one of my faves, says, until we can receive with an open heart, we're never really giving with an open heart. When we attach judgment to receiving help, we knowingly or unknowingly attach judgment to giving help. And friends who are watching and anybody else who watches the replay, that was not just for that was not just for you. That was also for me because yeah, I need to be able to ask for help. And then here are a couple of affirmations that can guide you on your journey. I am created to serve generously and joyfully. In fact, another quote that I saw is it was a Muhammad Ali quote, you pay rent by serving people. My son woke up and he's here. He entered the chat. And then the last one is I seek opportunities to lift others up and or lift others up every day. Oh my goodness. Hi, honey. How are you? Okay, for those of you who my sweet thing just woke up and he gives the best kisses with his funky morning breath. So thank you, baby. All right. Well, that was it for today. Thank you for tuning in with me and thank you for supporting me today. Um, Tune in next week to my show called Embracing Failure because yeah, we all need help in that. But until then, love and peace to all of you. Have the best week.